Hello and welcome back to another cool and grey day here at Bransford Webs. No plants in the background this week. We've come inside to this improved facility. So you may have seen on social media over the past few months, we've been busy updating the area of the nursery. This area is called the Line. It was tunnels before, but individual tunnels, and we've turned it into this one big growing space, which has got lots of controllable environmental facilities in here. We'll come back in another sort of 6 weeks' time when we've actually put the irrigation system in, which is going to be a ebb and flood system from Earthgood. So that's starting being built next week. But it'll be really good controlled environment. We can control humidity, control temperature, control water, and we can recycle the water on a much better level than we are doing at the moment. So come and join us in a few weeks' time to see the new tunnel as it progresses. As for now, stock is moving on in the nursery, looking really, really good. So we'll whiz through that for next week. So first of all, I'm going to start with hellebores. Hellebores have been fantastic sales this spring so far. Numbers are really starting to dwindle, but sugar plum is looking absolutely fantastic. Sarah just zooms in there. You can see it's got a lovely eye in the centre of the flower. Really nice habit plant, nice bit of bud coming up from the base, more buds coming through from there. But yeah, sugar plum, really nice variety, really good pink flower on there. Also, from a colour point of view and perennials, Arabis Rose Delight, a lovely 2 litre pot full, nice bit of colour, what, 2-3 flowers open, flower spikes open, and more coming, and an absolute mass of bud in the base. So really nice pot of colour. Then we'll go for some more foliage interest plants, and our phormiums are going online. So our 3 litre phormiums are ready now. That's Bronze Baby. Then we have got Chattel Flamingo, because I always get that confused with Jester. And then we have got Golden Ray. So really nice 3 litre chunky plants. I'll pick Jester back up. I'm just looking there. Look at the breaks on that from the base. We propagate these here on site, so they're 3 years in the making to get this chunky 3 litre plant, but looking really, really strong. 8-9 varieties available, so please check the full availability for what's looking good. Also, if you're looking for something a little bit taller, we've got our evergreen clems online now. So we've got Avalanche here, lovely nice foliage all the way to the top, and then loads and loads of bud at the top there, ready to pop into action when the sunlight comes. Also, White Abundance. So White Abundance, same sort of thing, evergreen, more feathery in its foliage, and more flowers. So smaller flowers, more of them. Avalanche, larger flowers, less of them. But the overall impact is actually very, very similar. So if you hear a bit of noise in the background, it's building work going on this structure on the outside at the moment. Then we'll jump back into some foliage interest. So our grasses are online now. So our first wave of grasses of the season. So first of all, we've got Carex Eversheen, which has got a lovely golden green variegation. Same on the golden green variegation, we've got a Chorus Ogon, looking really, really nice and flushing it through. Good for a damp patch in the garden. Carex Ribbon Fall. So it is just a green grass, but actually I've got this in my garden and it is fantastic. It forms a really nice mound. It's glossy all year round. And when it flowers, it's interesting as well, but it's really good for the front of the border or a container to give that year-round evergreen structure to the border. Steeper Tenuissima, if you want that lovely feathery, soft, caressing sort of foliage of a grass, and then the plumes later on that just drift lovely in the wind. And then back to a couple more Carex. So we have got Everlime. So again, darker green with that more limey variegation on the edges. And probably my favourite actually in the range now that we do is Ribbon Falls. So it's not Feather Falls, we've done Ribbon Falls, Feather Falls, sorry, which is, it's like Ribbon Falls, but it's got the variegation in there. So really good, strong mound forming, fantastic in the container on the patio, fantastic in the front of the border, absolutely great. So a good range of grasses online to kickstart your grass collection on your plantaria bench ends. And then last but not least, a couple of Hebes for this week. So Devotion is looking really good, selling through well, but still got a few left. Nice bit of foliage just coming through on there, but sorry, flower coming through. But really for me, it's this dusky foliage. If I stripped all that flower off, you saw it en masse. It does look like a smoky effect on the bed. Looks really, really nice. And then one of the more unusual ones that we do from our own breeding is Claret Crush. So you've got smaller foliage on there. The tips this lovely claret red colour. Just a really nice habit plant and absolutely smothers itself in purple flowers in the summer. So really good for winter interest with that dark foliage, and then great in the summer for flower too. So fantastic in a container, fantastic in the border, a really good all-round Hebe. That's Claret Crush. So that's it for this week. Just a reminder, we've got our open days later in February, so just check those dates out, 25th and 26th of February. We're doing them again in conjunction with New Leaf Plants and Frank P. Matthews. And this year it is held over at Frank P. Matthews in Tenbury Wells. So if you want to book a place on that, there are still a few places available. Drop our sales team or Frank P. Matthews, our New Leaf sales team, a call or an email, and we'll get you booked in for what I'm sure will be a very informative and inspiring day. Until then, goodbye for now.